Okay, on demand of few of my subscribers, I am just uploading my wonderful stuff which has been written almost in the span of 11 years, titled Success and You. Physical content, or you may say that the copy of this book can be availed from online platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, and Notion Press. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is such a wonderful stuff. You need to just go through once. So, let me start the audio of this book titled Success and You for You. So, first of all, contents. In contents, you will find ignite the willpower within you, gratitude, a great healer, understand how law of attraction works in our life, love yourself and love whatever you do. Only perfect practice can make you perfect. Belief system, that is the thread of trust. Inculcate and imbibe the habit of being stubborn in positive sense. Dream big to act big. Patience and perseverance, the two powerful engines of a successful life. Courage to embrace failure. Healthy rivalry, a game changer. Tear the fear from your life. Winners are ordinary people with X factor deep inside. Inspire yourself every iota of moment. Half-hearted try can lead you nowhere. Stop worrying and start living. Avoid blame game and take the responsibility. Learning is next to liveliness. Feed yourself with motivation every day, just like your daily breakfast. Don't bubble your trouble, but find a proper solution. Approach your goal with positive mind frame only. Chase your knowledge and your dreams will materialize. Ego entry means knowledge exit. Let your hard work speak. Champions are created in the soul factory. If you are right, your whole world will also be right. Bless yourself with real nectar, that is clarity in life. Make every obstacle an opportunity. Don't believe it when other people say you cannot. Being slow is fine, but being consistent is equally important. Be limitless and give yourself a chance to think out of the box. Attaining knowledge should be an ongoing process. If you need value, be ready to honor the price tag. Be an early riser. Proportionality theory of health and money. Honor time and it will honor you. Come out of the past and control your present. Grow king size but help others to nurture too. Resources saved is next to money saved. Pen down good ideas before these are lost. Invest in the best and rest leave up to the Almighty God. Plow positivity and reap positive outcomes. Hurdles are opportunities to jump above the ground. Prove your worth to earn the grand salute. Almighty supports them who stands for themselves. Follow no one blindly, rather develop your own unique style. Discussions are better than conflicting arguments. Energy flows where your focus goes. Always dig sweet water wells for others, and one day it will quench your thirst too. Never disrespect anyone, because by this you may lose a wonderful human being from your life. Best use of opportunities is a kind of good luck. Family is the backbone. Change your mind to transform your life. Life is a roller coaster. So enjoy ups and have courage during downs. No matter what people say, never stop believing in your dreams. Life is a gift of supreme power. So just live and enjoy it fully. If you are going to do something, go all the way. I can accept failure, but I can't accept not trying. If you never try, you will never know. Tough time doesn't last, but tough people do. Say yes to winning and no to quitting. Stop worrying and start living. Think big. Never try to bring down others. Take very good care of your mind and your physique. And finally, understand the power of I. Before going ahead, my sincere thanks to Almighty, the Supreme Power, who gave me the strength to draw this wonderful literature. And with this, I would like to thank my parents, Motivational Force, the eternal late Shri Jagdish Chand Sharma, and my mother, Swarnlata Sharma ji. A lot of thanks to everyone from my family helping me to chalk down this wonderful stuff. So let me start with the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, this book will definitely be a life-changing for everyone. I'm telling it very clearly, crystal clearly, it will be life-changing for everyone. A mindfully selected set of skills and techniques to be successful are designed here after my 11 years of rigorous and detailed research in order to create a magical and sure shot results. It is highly recommended to follow these proven, self-tested skills and techniques with passion and enthusiasm. People used to say, do hard work to be successful. But that is not the point blank reality, ladies and gentlemen. It is like telling a young man to pull Ferrari 250 GT Berlinetta Lusso with hands. Instead, he should be taught how to turn the ignition key on by a little effort of start key. We keep on doing hard work, and when we are asked why are we doing so, then a stereotype response hits the wall. And that is others also do the same, so do I. Instead of applying intelligence and prognosis being the basis, we follow blindfoldedly to be part of a herd of sheep. Why am I saying being successful is not at all difficult? This is so because I already have derived the parameters responsible for being successful, and it happened after thorough research on the subject success and you. Everyone has different definitions for success. For some, it is having a lot of money. For some, it is acquiring good health. And for rarely others, it could be being happy, peaceful. And maybe for some, it is expansion. I personally pondered and concluded that being happy is the key. If you ask someone, why do you want to earn money? Answer would be to live a life full of luxuries. Then put another question. What will you get by having all these luxuries? The answer would be, I will get happiness or pleasure. So the final answer to last question in chain analysis will be, having happiness, pleasure is the key. We don't have control over birth and death, isn't it so? But between the alphabet B and D, that is birth and death, there lies an alphabet C. And this C is nothing but choice. So let's make a choice for happiness, for expansion only. We have the choice to select one frequency at a time in a radio set, like for instance 92.7 frequency modulation, where a sad song is playing, and we change it for 101.7 frequency modulation in the same radio set. That is very important. In the same radio set, where a song full of happiness, enthusiasm is on the air. So it's upon and up to us to choose the frequency of listening to a song of happiness or sadness. While we know that 92.7 FM is also there in the same environment and can be played in the same radio set even, but we outrightly reject that sad song frequency and opt for happiness by choice. So don't you think that it's better to approach happiness directly by loving and doing what we really love to do? This way you will find success knocking your door, and the definition of work will also get 360-degree turn, because now you started loving whatever you do. Unskeptically, happiness can bring with it all the generally envisioned treasures like big villas, luxury cars, wealth, money, joy, and laughter, along with blessed long life. In crux, happiness is the nectar to live a long and stress-free life. And if we observe carefully, we find that this is what we actually desired for. Even having a lot of wealth cannot bring happiness, but happiness definitely brings with it wealth. Isn't it amazing concept? Every one of us want to be successful, but either we don't try or try half-heartedly. Land never bothers whether you are sowing seeds of grains into it, which will fulfill your hunger, or else you are sowing seeds of poison into it. It works on an extremely simple philosophy. That is, whatever you sow, so shall you reap. You will have to understand that our brain is just like fertile land, and most felicitous part is that whatever you sow is entirely your prerogative, that is your decision area. But unfortunately, intentionally or unintentionally, and in general, we used to sow negativity into it by expressing ourselves like, I cannot do this. I do not have much of strength like others do have. My circumstances are not in my favor, and so on. Normally, we have seen flies having tendency to sit on the dirt. This is true for most of the human beings too, who always keep on thinking about negative aspects in their life, leaving all the positivity aside, waiting for them with open arms. So why not to be like a honey bee who always sits over the flowers, that is the positivity, and suck up the nectar? Why I call nectar? Nectar means your peace, happiness, pleasure, joy, health, enthusiasm. But the most unfortunate part is that most of us choose worry, anger, resentment, sadness, fear in our lives and expect for a happy life ahead. How is this possible? This is like you outrightly challenging the law of nature. Mind it, when you yourself is consuming poison, then how someone else could die? It will kill you and you only. understand that our brain works under the law of attraction. That is, whatever we think regularly, our brain progresses to accept that thought and start working towards that thought. No matter whether being a negative or a positive thought. In general, at an input stage, our brain receptors never differentiate between a negative or a positive thought. So, if we feed our brain with positivity, favorable results in mind, then we get success, happiness, right? Peace, prosperity, right? And these will be bound to arise. Present scenario, ladies and gentlemen, is full of challenges, but it will not be wrong to say that the opportunities are also infinite. The only thing which we need to change is our attitude. That is how we look at the things. Believe me, this 8-letter word attitude possesses all the impetus to transform your life. I have always been passionate to know about the country Japan. During Second World War and after Hiroshima-Nagasaki nuclear bomb attack on 6th of August 1945 at 8:20 a.m. sharp, Japan had become a destitute child. After effects of this incident is such that even today tsunami or earthquakes hits the country at least once in every 3 years. People all over the globe started gossiping that Japan will take at least 200 years to revive from this mayhem. But people of this country worked smartly with extreme level of tossing and turning, and as a silver lining kept their attitude positive, which happened to be a blessing in disguise. Just after a few years from this nuclear attack, Japan organized Olympic Games in the country, which happened to be a great surprise for everyone, right? All credit goes to their consolidated and dedicated smart work, and as on today, this country has become leader in many fields, with technology being their USP, that is their unique selling proposition. After such a devastation, there was no scope at all to revive, as the country was not having any of the productive resources. Even the soil lost its fertility and they were left with the human resources only. So they reworked and developed this resource through number one, excellent education system, number two, imparting them experience, and finally number three, providing them with best kind of environment. Ladies and gentlemen, this book will be a great tool and safe haven for those who will not have even learn the skills but aptly apply them too. It will bring abrupt positive changes in your life, but this can happen only if you keep no scope for lethargicity in your life and forever be ready to face the upcoming do or die situation. That is, you will have to give your 100% without looking back for any tolerance zone. A gung-ho piece of story belonging to Napoleon Bonaparte, a French military leader and emperor. He once attacked a territory where reaching by boat was the only option. He reached there along with his fleet of army and immediately destroyed the courier boat, leaving no direct alternative at all to return back except either to hoist the winning flag or else to kiss the martyrdom. So once you decide something, don't let any option to turn back. Simply saying your decision should be an irreversible, just like CapEx decision, like the capital expenditure decision in financial management. Ladies and gentlemen, this book can be a beacon to the society at large. All the tools and techniques for being successful are gathered and discussed here synoptically with some relevant exemplifications to make the real message more and more interesting as well as understandable too. I promise that this powerful literature will definitely inject all the motivation like your daily breakfast for living a successful life ahead too. Chapter 1: Ignite the willpower within you. So, chapter 1: Ignite the willpower within you. Strength doesn't come from the physical capacity, it comes from the indomitable will. Mahatma Gandhi. Whenever you perceive an idea in your mind and channel up your entire energy to achieve it, that is the sign of doing something with willpower. Mind my words, willpower is the impetus that drives us towards our goal. Will is the desire that combines and channelizes all our energy in that direction only. Ladies and gentlemen, USA to London is around 2,500 kilometers by train, and these leapfrogging endeavors are under process by which this distance can be completed within an unexpected short time span of 18 minutes only. This is completely a Bajer example of strongest willpower. Great boxer Muhammad Ali, while sharing his experience, uttered that once he was punched by his opponent boxer in the boxing ring so hard that it was almost difficult for him to stand up again. At that time, not his skill, but his willpower motivated him to stand up firm and fight again with almost double the force. Willpower is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Now, the $1,000,000 question arises that what are the ways to discover the willpower and how to work towards it? No matter in whatever profession you are, maybe a student, a self employed, a serviceman, first thing is to go through the different available motivational contents, including autobiographies of renowned and successful personalities, in order to charge yourself. It's magical indeed, because when the mind is systemically programmed, everything becomes extremely easy and happening too. Meditation is another most successfully tested way to keep the fire of willpower enlightened. Meditate at least for 20 to 30 minutes daily. Every one of us have heard of meditation and its magical benefits. But somewhere, either we don't know or know partially about it. So let's explore the way of meditating. In this process, the first step is to keep as much calm as possible by shutting both the eyes and sitting in a relaxed posture like in Sukhasana or any other comfortable posture. Then breathe deeply and focus thoroughly over normal respiration each time you inhale and exhale. Imagine you are taking inside all the positive energy while inhaling and throwing outside all the negative energy while exhaling. You will find yourself in the state of inner peace just after completion of 50% of the set time limit. Now, the time may vary from person to person. It is worth to mention that meditation to inner self is just like bathing soap to the external body. Synoptically, meditation is the process of inner engineering or improving or repairing the inner ecology. Willpower keeps the person charged in order to channelize the entire energy to achieve the desired goal. When willpower is there, situation starts working favorably. It is like driving a car at night wherein after every 50 to 100 meters ahead, the path gets unfolded automatically, transforming all the headwinds to tailwinds. And by this continuous process, the entire journey is covered so very easily.
The only thing that is needed is keep driving with all the optimism and agility. Keep the willpower agile up till the achievement of the goal is extremely important. For this, you will have to remember and recapitulate your goal, but most importantly, the reason or reasons for its importance in your life. Like how your life will change after achieving these goals, or how your parents, mom or dad, will react once you hit the dream goal of your life. It is achievable. It is advisable to think thousand times before starting something, but once it is decided, never give up. So it is very much clear that you need to consider all the pros and cons of any decision, and then only act on it with full of your energy and having no oscillations, or better to say, no dilemma at all. In order to sustain the willpower, you should choose an iconic face to follow. In this regard, you can paste a photo or newspaper cutting of that person in the place which comes under your eye scanner frequently. Always talk to that inspirational picture with assurance, and nature will bestow you with everything to be a replica of that personality. Renowned scientist Stephen Hawking was the example's strongest willpower, who, even being fully paralyzed, gave his best in the field of cosmology and quantum gravity, especially black holes theorem of general gravity, etc. In spite of being fully paralytic, he wrote more than 15 books and had been awarded with 12 honorary degrees too. He once said, however difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. This is the magnificent example of strong willpower. Basketball player Michael Jordan, an African American born in year 1963 in the slums of Brooklyn, New York, he had four brothers, and his father's wage was not even commensurate enough to provide for the whole family. He grew up in an extremely poor neighborhood which was full of discrimination, and too was to the point where he could not see any hope for the future. When he was just only 13 years old kid, his father gave him a piece of used clothing and said, "What according to you would be the value of this outfit?" Jordan replied politely, "Maybe $1, Dad." His father asked, "Can you sell this outfit for $2? If you can sell it, it would be a great help to our entire family." Jordan nodded his head. "I will try, but not very sure that I will be successful." Jordan started his mission, so he carefully washed the cloth to make it ready to sell. Because they didn't had iron to smooth out the cloth, he leveled it with the clothes brush on a flat board, then kept it in the sun to dry. Next day, he brought the cloth to a crowded underground station. After offering it rigorously for more than 6 hours, Jordan finally managed to sell it for $2. He took that $2 bill and ran home with complete optimism for being appreciated by his dad. After that, his peak motivation level encouraged him so deeply that every day he started looking for used clothing, washed and ironed it, and sold it in the crowd. More than 10 days later, his father again gave him a piece of used clothing. Now think of a way you can sell this cloth for $20. Yes, you are listening right. This is $20. Jordan said, "How is it possible, Dad? This outfit can only fetch $2 at the most." His father replied in an effort to inspire him, "Why don't you try first? There must be a way." Finally, Jordan got an idea. He asked for cousins' help to paint a picture of Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse on the garment. Then he tried to sell it in the school where the children of the rich study. So a housekeeper who was there to pick his master bought clothes for his master. The master was a little boy, only 10 years old, but was very fond of clothes. He loved it so much and gave a $5 tip. $25 was a huge amount for Jordan, the equivalent of 1 month's salary of his dad. When he got home, his father gave him another piece of used clothing. This was completely a shock. Now he said, "Are you able to resell it at a price of $200? His eyes lit up. This time Jordan accepted it without the slightest doubt. 2 months later, a popular movie actress from the movie Charlie's Angels, Farrah Fawcett, came to New York for her movie promos. After the press conference, Jordan made his way through the security forces to reach the side of Farrah Fawcett and requested her autograph on the piece of that clothing. When Fawcett saw this innocent child asking for her autograph, she gladly signed it. Jordan was shouting very excitedly, "This is the jersey signed by Miss Farrah Fawcett. The selling price is $200. Ha ha ha." He auctioned off the clothes to a businessman for a price of $1,200, ladies and gentlemen. It's $1,200. You are listening very right. $1,200. Upon returning home, his father broke into tears and said, "I am amazed that you did it, my child. You are really, really great." That night, Jordan slept along with his father. His father said, "Son, in your experience of selling these 3 pieces of clothing, what did you learn about success?" Jordan replied, "Where there is a will, there is a way." So let's summarize with James Gordon's words explaining willpower so intelligently. He said, "It's not that some people have willpower and some don't. It's that some people are ready to change and others are not." Number 2, gratitude, a great healer. According to Zig Ziglar, gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. Ladies and gentlemen, gratitude is really a big deal. That is the quality of being thankful. Gratitude has great effects on physical health, psychological well-being, and on our relationship with others. It comes with so many benefits, but in totality, it brings happiness, which is the elixir for human life. To throw light, gratitude brings more good feeling, more relaxation, less envious, happier memories, less materialistic, less self-centered, more optimistic, increased self-esteem, more spiritual, improved sleep, less sickness, longevity, increased energy, more inclination to exercise, better management, improved networking, goal achievement, improvement in decision making, increased productivity, more social success, healthier marriage, more friendship, deeper relationship, and what not. So always have more gratitude in your daily life. And in this journey, following ways can be a great, great help. Number 1, appreciate everything. Number 2, find gratitude in your challenges. Number 3, practice mindfulness. Number 4, keep a gratitude journal. Number 5, express yourself. Number 6, spend time with beloved ones. Number 7, improve your happiness in other areas of life. Once there was a barber who had a ritual to extend a free haircut or shave to his first customer of the day. One day, a florist came to his shop for the haircut. Being the first customer, he got it done for free. Next day, when the barber reached his shop, he found 12 beautiful flower bouquets outside with a note. It's just a reciprocation to the act of gratitude extended by you. After a couple of days, the first customer happened to be a baker. Barber did his shave as well as haircut for free. Next day, he found 12 loaves of baked breads with a note. It is just a reciprocation to the act of gratitude extended by you. The moral is crystal clear that gratitude is always reciprocated in different forms. Ladies and gentlemen, gratitude can be contagious in good way. Melinda Beck has said adults who feel gratitude have more energy, more optimism, more social connections, more happiness than those who do not, according to the studies conducted over the past decades. They are also less likely to be depressed, envious, greedy, or alcoholics. When it comes to physical health, we follow the basic formula of eating less junk and exercise more. But for mental health, just cultivate gratitude. And this will fill the gap. That means a kind of missing link in your life. Harvard researcher and author Sean Aker has told that if you write down the 3 things you are grateful for 21 days in a row, significantly increases your level of optimism, but sustain this practice for next 6 months until it becomes a habit. Other studies show that gratitude increases willpower, help keep you calm, and boost the morale too. Start counting your blessings from now onwards, and you will see your life will become more happier and more successful. When you feel happiness, the central nervous system is affected. You are more peaceful, less reactive, less resistant. And the gratitude is our most effective practice of simulating feelings of happiness. Melody Beattie has said, gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. When we focus on what we are lacking, our mind gets filled with negativity that breeds thoughts of bitterness, jealousy, and resentment. Living a life of gratitude is what brings abundance into our lives. The more grateful we are for all gifts, large and small, the more abundance we attract to us. Anthony Robbins had said, when you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. In a study carried out by Ammons and McCullough in 2003, it was found that there was multitude of benefits from keeping a gratitude journal. A simple notebook where you write down daily what you are grateful for. The study showed that the people who kept a journal exercised more regularly, reported fewer physical symptoms, felt better about their lives as a whole, and were more optimistic, were more likely to progress towards their goals. Would you like to make a gratitude as a part of your everyday life? Then follow these simple ways. Number 1, keep gratitude journal and add to it every day. Number 2, tell someone you love them and how much you appreciate them. Number 3, notice the beauty in the nature each day. Number 4, nurture the friendship you have. Good friends doesn't come along every day. Number 5, smile more often. Number 6, include an act of wisdom in your life each day. Number 7, avoid media and movies with destructive content each day. Number 8, call your parents and loved ones more often. Number 9, cook meals with love. Think of the people you feed. Number 10, volunteer for organizations that help others. Number 11, don't gossip or speak bad about anyone. Number 12, spend quality time with your kids. Number 13, write a card to someone you have not seen in a while and tell them something nice. Number 14, add to your gratitude list every day at least one more thing each day. Number 14, when you think a negative thought, try to see positive side in the situation. Number 16, commit to one day a week when you won't complain about anything. Number 17, reward effort. If someone does something nice for you, do something nice for them. Number 21, meditate with your gratitude list, giving thanks for all your good fortune. Next, live mindfully, not worrying about the past or future. Next, thank the people who serve you in the community, the shopkeeper, the bus driver, and so on. Next, say thank you for little things loved one do for you, things you normally take for granted. Next, embrace challenges and turn them into opportunities to grow. Next, send love to your enemies or people you dislike. Next, be thankful when you learn something new. Next, see the growth opportunity in your mistake. Next, help your friends to see the positive side of life. Next, when time is bad, focus on your friends who are at your side. Next, when time is good, notice and help others. Next, make gratitude collage. Cut out pictures of all the things that you are grateful for. Next, practice gratitude at the same time every day to make it a habit. Next, focus on your strengths. Share gratitude each day by posting a tweet, Facebook post, or Pinterest. Donald Hebb said, neurons that fire together wire together. My elders used to sing, count your blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise what the Lord has done. So beautiful. So gratitude is ability to see grace in the action every day. A real treasure God wants us to find. Being thankful, removing of pessimism, and allowing you to be in present. The more you count your blessings and be thankful for them, the more will be the net profits. By acknowledging good you already have, you are building a strong foundation for abundance. When life gets sour, the best sweetener for it is gratitude. Rumi and Oprah Winfrey has rightly said, gratitude is the wine for the soul. Go on and get drink. Oprah Winfrey, be thankful for what you have. You will end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never ever have enough.
Understand how law of attraction works in our life. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold in your hand. Bob Proctor. The law of attraction can transform your life. Whatever you think, whether good or bad, you are attracting it to you. Law of attraction doesn't differentiate between good or bad thought. We don't understand how the law of attraction is going to impact us and unknowingly keep on thinking all the negativity and finally becomes victim of negative outcomes in the shape of bad health and stressed physique. So whatever you want in your life, keep on thinking about that thing only. This is so simple, isn't it? If you are continuously thinking something, then you are in the state of construction. You should select your thoughts very carefully and wisely. Whether whatever is happening in your life is because of law of attraction only. You can change your life by changing your thought pattern. Feel yourself as an intelligent and prosperous person, and nature will start working for you to give all those things necessary to achieve it, provided your thoughts should be genuinely sustained. It is necessary that you feel good, then only you can get happiness, prosperity, good health, and so on. So, whatever you want, start thinking about it from this moment only. Law of attraction works on the tagline of Aladdin and Genie. Your wish is my command. In today's world, nature is there for you to fulfill your wishes, like Genie was there for Aladdin. If you think about disease, that is a body which is not in the state of ease, you are unintentionally making it permanent in your life. So when you are trapped into a disease, don't think of it. Let it be tackled by the doctor. And you only do your level best to become healthy and parallelly focus your mind towards happiness only. Because disease can't live in a body which is filled with happiness. You want to do something good? Then from today onwards, do everything which can bring you happiness. And in this way, your life will become extremely, extremely beautiful. Make your life full of joy, pleasure, happiness, and all the positivity by cultivating positive thought. Believe me, this will definitely revolutionize your life. It is an energetic law of universe that like attracts like, just like birds of a feather flock together. This is just another way of referring to the law of attraction. Whatever vibration we hold within mind magnetically draws to us more of the same. Have you ever noticed that whenever you are in the wonderful mood, people around you seem happier, more polite, and more comfortable? But when you are in funk, people around you seem arrogant and rude. Actually, the outer world looks to us in the same way as we are. That's how the law of attraction works. If we focus on negative thoughts and feelings, we attract to ourselves more of the same energy. According to the physicist John Lechner at Victoria University of Wellington in New Zealand, make two metal spheres positively charged, bring them close together, they will most probably attract one another, violating the intuitions of basic physics. So, whenever you feel good, you are in vibrational harmony with your desires. See yourself living in abundance and you will attract it. Rhonda Byrne. According to the law of attraction, like attracts like, and when you think and feel what you want to attract from inside, the law will use people, circumstances, and events to magnetize it for you. I am stretching this topic a little more for the sake of its relevance. And the research work, along with practical implications, proved me extremely astounding. In this process, I have used and played with the emotions of some people around me, without whom this particular topic could not be explored so well. So it would be unfair if I don't extend my gratitude to them for being key catalysts as well as key contributors too. Thinking bad all the times is an invitation for stress. Amazingly, our body has the capability to repair itself, provided the stress level in the body should be zero. Because in this physical well-being, everything is there to repair it, provided there shouldn't be any serious block like stressed mind. Whatever is happening with you is actually due to the reason that you have attracted it to you. But best part is that a positive thought is 100 times stronger than a negative thought.
And every thought needs time to become the reality. Otherwise, this world would have become an abode of unhappy people filled with resentments only. This is entirely a constructive process where first step is to ask for what kind of life you desire and then feel that you already have achieved it. Make your own vision board and see it every day and visualize that you already have achieved it. Your vision board is actually the image of your desires. Whenever you are having a disease and you are continuously thinking and discussing about it with other people, you are developing more disease cells in your body. Find out every reason to be happy, like you may listen to good songs, watch some comedy based videos, etc. So don't think about the disease and throw it out of your body from this immediate effect. This is worth to mention that in spite of being fully dependent on outer environment for our happiness, it's better to awaken your inner happiness through controlling your mind by following the proven practice of meditation. To understand the law of attraction and its magnetic effects completely, I will advise you all to read the wonderful book called The Secret by Rhonda. Words of Jack Canfield are really worth as closer note here, that is, the law of attraction states whatever you focus on, think about, read about, talk about intentionally, you are going to attract more of it into your life. Love yourself and love whatever you do. Whether you are and wherever you are and whatever you do, be in love. Rumi. Love is contagious, ladies and gentlemen. Nurture it within yourself, and once you learn the art of loving your inner self, whosoever comes to your contact will remember you forever for your magnetic persona. Love is highly magnetic, which brings back for you double in proportion, whether you be at work or in some relationship. It produces a power inside which works as a strength tool too. Loving others is not at all difficult, but before that, art of loving yourself need to be learned. We all know the ways to express our love for someone else, but it will be a new thing to learn the ways to love your own self. Everyone wants to love himself or herself, but unintentionally they are not pouring their body as well as mind to that true love which they really deserve. If you are escaping good diet and workouts and taking full use of your physical well-being from morning till night, that simply means you don't love and take care of yourself. Taking due care of your inner and outer self is the key to love yourself. Start loving your own self from this moment only, and you will find a magnetic power fired inside you. You can't add more water into a glass already filled with water. But indubiously, there will always be scope for adding sugar into it. That is, sugar will easily adjust into the glass filled with water, but not an additional volume of water. Love is like sugar, which always has the scope to fit into whatever the circumstances or people are. So fill your inner self with love and love only, and you will observe the entire nature bestowing you love from all the directions and from everyone you face. Love creates bonding with others too. Your expressions, words, body language, feeling for others are some of the basic parameters which are helpful to decide the extent of love. Grow love tree inside you so that you get fruits of love in future. Love creates positive energy inside you, and that positive energy keeps you lively, happy, and peaceful too. Ladies and gentlemen, love has a very strong binding power, and it genuinely bind one person with another person. Sardar Fauja Singh, who is above 100 years of age and still running marathons because he loved to do so. Height of his love for running can be well understood that this turban tornado once said, "When I took up running, it was like meeting God Himself." I have been running ever since. At such an age, he still loves running, which is evident from his coat. I am very fond of my running shoes. I absolutely love them. I wear them for pleasure. I can't imagine my life without them. No task is big or small unless you do it the way to make it extraordinary. When you do something with extreme love, you start enjoying it. And money, popularity, records, even everything you expect becomes secondary. Take a note that no job is big or small, so whatever you do it with such love that nobody can do it like you. In Indian society, haircutting is not treated as a profession to be pursued as a career. And it will not be blunt to say that even today, more conservatively, barber's job is not considered a respectable one. But a young man's height of love has made this profession an example for everyone and compelled to rethink that no job is small until someone is ready to do it with all the love and passion as hairstylist Javed Habib did. World famous celebrity hairstylist Javed Habib Akhtar, who created history by using his restless fingers for 25 hours and 42 minutes after 410 mowing jobs. He said, "My aim was to get hairdressing as profession into books." And this way he created a record by registering in Limca Book of Records for non-stop free haircut. Javed has been managing director of Javed Habib Hair and Beauty Studio Limited since August 2010. He was brand ambassador for Sunsilk brand of Hindustan Unilever for 8 years. He was appointed as an official hairstylist for contestants of Miss India 2003 also. And today, Javed Habib runs over 550 unisex hair salons along with so many academics across India and over the globe. Javed once said, "I learned a lot from my stint at McDonald's in London. It gave me the vision to build a business because if McDonald's could sell burgers across the world, getting a haircut is more important need." And he says his business is currently worth roughly $13 million with operational profit of around $2 lakh for financial year 2015-16. In spite of saying, "I like to do this," start saying, "I love to do this." You will find a big difference of connection when you use the word love in between. It is truly a magical word as it creates a strong bonding whether you are being at some work or in relation with someone. Whenever you do something with love, success rate probability rises with exponential speed. Love has an intimate companionship with passion, that is, it automatically invites passion along. And something done with passion makes you different from others as you enjoy doing things while you are passionate about it. There are two brothers. There were two brothers residing together in the same house, eating the same food, going to the same school, college, but still one brother has brought staggering success in his life while the other is still fighting for his bread and butter. Isn't it surprising? What caused this difference to happen when all the similar benign facilities been extended to both of them? The answer is that the brother who became so successful was lovingly passionate to do everything to be successful, while this quality was missing in the other person, and that is why he was even fighting for his daily livelihood. Good people become good by their acts. and deeds, and that is why they become asset to their family, friends, and society too. Only perfect practice can make you perfect. Practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect. Vinci Lombardi. Practice makes a man perfect is the quote we keep on hearing, but this is true for practicing even a wrong thing too. Our focus should be on perfect practice rather than practice only in order to have perfection along with positive outcome. Once late Shri Harivansh Rai Bachchan, who was poet and father of Indian legendary actor Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, came back home from his morning walk. Son Amitabh opened the door and got surprised by seeing a bolster at their doorstep. Since he knew that his father was fond of collecting piece of stones with some structure in it, but this time a bolster, and that too carried by his dad single-handedly. It was so surprising, and for Amitabh it was hard to resist without asking, Babuji, how you managed to carry this bolster alone? His father replied gently. This bolster was somewhere around 40 feet away from their house. So every day when he went for the walk, he pushed it for around 4 to 5 inches daily towards his home. And just after 90 days, this piece of bolster reached to his doorstep. This is a great example of perfect and sustained unidirectional practice. We must have heard of learning curve, which says that more we produce, lesser is the time consumed. So more the perfect practice for positive outcome, more will be the perfection. It is actually a repetition of the same type of work which leads towards attaining commanding position. Many philosophy Main philosophy is that it makes the person habitual to do a stereotype task, and familiarity of the task makes it easier for the doer also. Now it is solely up to us to practice anything we desire because our wish or desire is the command to our body to act and subsequently master it. Practice is unskeptically a magical tool. It's like a mock test where you appear and make mistakes, but simultaneously have the opportunities to correct those mistakes and move further accurately, and that too with double the confidence. A beautiful example of practicing and perfection is the motivational speaker Nick Vujicic, who was born with the rare disorder called the tetra amelia syndrome, characterized by the absence of arms and legs, and that is why at the age of 10 years he thought to end up his life. But in spite of all the misfortunes, he began using his toes to ride, swim, play, and motivate others. And today, Nick is known as one of the world famous motivational speaker. Practice leads to unmatched mastery. It was the result of perfect practice only that Indian hockey champion Major Dhyan Chand and team defeated German hockey team so badly that the German dictator and the Nazi party leader of that time, Mr. Adolf Hitler, invited Major Dhyan Chand and offered him to play from the side of German hockey team, which he refused outrightly. His command over playing hockey was so perfect that sometime opponent team used to have doubt of something magnetic with his hockey stick, due to which ball moves with his hockey stick just like an iron ball attached to a magnetic stick. To clear this doubt, even his stick was once broken and checked thoroughly in Holland, and observation was astounding. His hockey stick was a normal hockey stick, and the entire magic was of his perfect practice only. The deeper fact with the practice is that you acquire knowledge by doing things repeatedly, but once you leave practicing, chances are many that you may lose the art of doing things either partially or even completely sometimes. Human brain is a very good learner, but it can unlearn the things very easily too if it is not accompanied with practice. Philip Pettit has rightly said it's very easy to walk on a wire if you spend a whole lifetime practicing for it. Practice calls for the discipline because practice without discipline becomes an orphan child. Practice is such a tool which can make things easier, which looks harder initially, but it calls for willpower along with intention to perform too. If you want to win, then practice harder. This philosophy is true for whether it be a game, study, running a business, or delivering public speech. So, as much reflective you will be, more effective you will be for sure. Researchers have noted that top performers in every industry are committed to deliberate practice. The best athletes, artists, musicians, CEOs, entrepreneurs don't merely work a lot, but they work a lot on developing specific skills. Kobe Bryant, most famous retired American professional basketball player, he was winner of 5 NBA championships and 2 Olympic gold medals, and during his playing career he earned net worth of more than $200 million. To prepare for the Olympics, athlete trainer named Robert for the Team USA was hired. Robert had revealed the practicing habits of this NBA superstar which made him so successful. I, Robert, trainer of USA team, was invited to Las Vegas to help Team USA with their conditioning before they headed off to London. I have had the opportunity to work with the famous basketball players like Camilo Anthony and Dwayne Wade in the past, but this would be my first interaction with Kobe. The night before the first scrimmage, I had just watched Casablanca for the first time and it was about 3:30 a.m. A few minutes later, I was in bed slowly fading away when I heard my cell ringing. It was Cobb. I nervously picked up. Hey, oh, Rob, I hope I'm not disturbing anything, right? Oh no, what's up, Cobb? Just wondering if you could help me out with some conditioning work, that's all. I checked my clock. It was 4:15 a.m. Yeah, sure. I will see you in the facility in a bit. It took me about 20 minutes to get my gear and get out of the hotel. When I arrived and opened the room to the main practice floor, I saw Kobe alone. He was drenched in sweat as if he had just taken a swim. It wasn't even 5 a.m. We did some conditioning work for the next hours and 15 minutes. Then we entered the weight room where we would do a multitude of strength training exercises for 45 minutes. After that, we parted ways. He went back to the hotel and crashed. Wow. I was expected to be at the floor again at 11 a.m. I woke up feeling sleepy, drowsy, and pretty much every side effect of the sleep deprivation. Thanks, Cow. I had a bagel and headed to practice facility. This next part I remember very vividly. All of the Team USA players were there. LeBron was talking to the Camelo and the coach Krasvikaski was trying to explain something to Kevin Durant. On the right side of the practice facility, Cove was by himself shooting jumpers. I went over him, patted him on the back and said, "Good work this morning." "Oh, like the conditioning work? Good work." "Oh yeah, thank Rob. I really appreciate it." "So when did you finish?" "Finish what?" "Getting out shots up." What time did you leave the facility? Oh, just now. I wanted 800 megs. So, yeah, just now. It will be a lot meaningful to mention that Cove was not merely showing up and practicing a lot because he was practicing with purpose. This is called true example of deliberate practicing. So get up immediately, tighten up your belt, start practicing like Cove Bryant, and I assure your success will be guaranteed.